Welcome back. Well, suicide is an issue that affects every corner of our small community. Our friend Marie Halloran is back to talk about LifeWorks Guam, an organization working to prevent suicide, and this weekend's Candlelight Memorial. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Now, I know this isn't the first time you put together the Candlelight Memorial Service. I know it's the 14th, in fact.
Yes.
So tell us more about the event.
Okay, the reason why we're doing this is because throughout the world, September is Suicide Awareness Month, and LifeWorks Guam is in sync with the International World Organization on Suicide Prevention. So the 14th annual is like Out of the Darkness, our community walks, and then it's a Candlelight Memorial Service. In the beginning, we are going to have a processional walk on the perimeter of the Micronesia Mall, and then we come in at 7 to have a light breakfast. And while the participants are having breakfast, we will encourage them to write, because we're going to have a memory tree, and we are going to give them like a flower-like shape or heart shape or star shape, and we will encourage them to write the first name of the loved one that have died and the age and gender. And, and then after that, after breakfast, we are going to go to the center court and have the Candlelight Memorial Service. It will start with a spiritual blessing, and then we have participants that's going to share their story, and in that way, that would help them heal from the hurt and the pain that they're going through. We also encourage the participants to bring a photo of the loved one that have passed.
Right. And this is all happening very early morning Saturday, is that correct?
Yes, yes. Actually, the walk is like 6 o'clock, 5:45, 6 with a candlelight, and then 7 to 7:30 is the breakfast, and then 7:30 to about 9 o'clock or 8:45 is the service. It's really very surreal and very profound, and last year we had about 300 people that came.
Wow.
And they brought the photos of their loved ones. And it's really heart-wrenching when you hear their story, but in some way the reason why they share their story is because it makes them feel that they're not alone and that they're able to share, because in the past suicide was such a taboo.
Right.
There's so much guilt and and unanswered questions. Why did this happen? What did I do wrong? How could I have prevented it? Then by opening up and sharing, it would help others kind of be more sensitive and empathetic towards each other.
Definitely. And I know, again, you put together this fantastic event, and as I mentioned earlier, it's a really difficult topic to talk about. And so what would you suggest? I know you guys also at LifeWorks have support groups, the rainbow groups, right?
We have, the reason why LifeWorks became into being was because a lot of our children in Rainbows, they have lost their parent or a loved one through suicide. And at that time, there was really no support group for suicide survivors. And of course, I wasn't trained, so I had to learn. I had to learn how to listen and be empathetic if I had to do a good work, and to really know how to be compassionate and kind towards the people that are hurting. So the Rainbows program has been on Guam for 30-some years.
Wow. And
we have helped over 20-some thousand children and families.
Wow. And so Marie, I mean, what would you suggest people who maybe are suffering from a loss and are unable to find the words and unable to explain? What would you suggest, and why do you think the memorial service would be maybe something that you also said it can be beneficial?
Oh yes, it can be beneficial because being in a group setting with everybody almost on the same level, feeling that pain, they would they would they would feel. Wait, I'm a little bit lost here.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, because I'm so used to looking at you. Okay,
right.
I think that being in a group setting, the camaraderie and not feeling alone, the support, the empathy, and the kindness of each other will really bring suicide topic into the open. And it's okay to talk about it. And maybe they can share what are the signs and symptoms that they did not see before, and now they could see. And when they're ready, they can come out and talk about how it was to help others.
Right. So again, do not forget there are suicide prevention hotline, and you can always volunteer. But we'll be back right after the break.